Okay. Howdy, y'all, and welcome back to Beyond the Blonde podcast. It's been a couple weeks because we've been busy. Okay. And this is going to be a rough podcast because not only do I just already sound like shit every day of my life, I am still sick, and it's like worse. Like, it's not getting better. Hello. So if you like
Everybody
that Stevie,
is sick with that shit.
if you like that Stevie Nicks raspy voice situation, then maybe this is the podcast for you. So,
So then it definitely is.
yeah. So then obviously, so we've been busy. Wendy you had your natural Olympia this past weekend, which I drove out to Vegas.
You sure did.
And you looked fucking fire.
Thanks, girl.
That's gonna be part of what we're talking about today. Is kind of a recap, some opinions, and honestly, I am coming from a standpoint not because you're my best friend. There was some decisions that I was like, what the fuck? And it had nothing to do with you. It really didn't. It wasn't even like your division. I'm like, what are these judges doing? So we're going to do a little recap of your show. We'll talk about some upcoming stuff for you. And
Yes, ma'am. And
I don't know, whatever the
you,
fuck else. What about for me?
You solidified a date.
Oh, yeah, that's right. See, it's a little rough.
I'll take care of her life. She's going to take care of mine.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, I'll know what's going on for her, and she'll
yeah, because apparently I don't know shit about shit. So let's just dive right in on that note. Okay, so...
let's do.
We were going to do a podcast regarding, a little bit of your peak week, how you're feeling, blah, blah, blah. But I was super busy trying to get prepared to be gone for the weekend. So we didn't podcast last week. No. And I know you can't really go into detail on the exact, but the exact details of how your peak week went. But maybe touch on maybe some things that you can say about how your peak week was, how you felt, how it was different from previous peak weeks, aka hell weeks, aka the week leading into a show, which you should already be in shape for. Peak week is either just holding condition or just drying out depending on your situation. Anyway, so take it away.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, what the fuck, dude? I don't know what you did. I don't know what's going on.
You go.
I'm like, I'm going to spit my coffee everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I will say that it was completely different from any prior peak week protocol-wise. It was very detailed and very specific, of which Mark Turillo from Extreme Gym in New Jersey helped me out with my nutrition probably the last month, I guess, of my training. So I felt fantastic all peak week, very energetic, which is crazy.
Yeah, you seemed quite good.
Yeah.
And
right.
And she was pooping good all week.
I was pooping good all week, which is kind of unheard of, because if you're starting to dry out, your shit's dried out, and it's not happening.
Yeah.
But it was. I was having great poops.
Which she made sure to send me shit emoji text letting me know how good these poops were, because that's just what we do. That close. If you haven't listened to another podcast or last podcast, then you're fucking missing out. Anyway, we talk about shit around here. You were pooping good, and that was the one thing I was super surprised about is every time you sent me, it was like a 5 shit emoji poop plus 2 or some shit. I was like, damn, girl. You get that shit out.
Am I eating extra food and I don't even know it? Because how are my shits so large?
I mean, for real.
Or was this like pre-peak week shit that had been built up, like stored somewhere, like in there somewhere? Like
it's like, oh, now we need to go.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we got it. Okay, like, we'll see y'all later.
My peak week protocol was like, shit, you better get moving. So I had an immense amount of energy, considering the fact that I was getting up at 3:30 a.m., going and doing cardio, coming home, eating, getting ready for work, going to work all day, and then after work, going to the gym, coming home, and eating and all of that shit, and then going to bed around like 9 o'clock at night. So typically in the past, I would take a nap in my office during lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Didn't even need that?
No, it was weird. And then Mark would send me a message, hey, how you feeling? I'm like, fucking fantastic. And he's like, okay then. Like, because I guess, most people complain at peak week. However, here's the thing. If there is any time that I would love to relive multiple times in competition prep, it's peak week. I love the intensity. I love the restriction. I love the requirements because it's like kind of like it's more of a challenge, I guess. Even though I didn't really feel like it was much of a challenge, but you know what I mean? Like,
well, and that I feel like we're the same, though I haven't been through peak week necessarily, but it's like, yeah, since you decided to do this, however many shows you've done, it doesn't matter. You've decided to do something. Why bitch about it? If I ask you, like,
yes,
hey,
exactly.
how are you feeling? I can't remember what podcast or if it was just a video I did separate. I don't know. But, it was a video. I'm like, you decided to do this, and you should know that it's going to be hard at times. Don't fucking complain about it all the time. Mm-hmm. It's like, if somebody asks you, like, hey, how you feeling? Answer it honestly. And if you're not feeling great, be like, man, today is a little rough, but it is what it is. Boom.
Yeah.
Like, you're being honest. And in your situation where you were feeling pretty good all week, but it just fucking bugs me when people complain about something that they've decided to do. Yes. They know it's going to be hard, and then they just want to bitch and moan about it, or they just want to complain like, oh, I can't go to my friend's blah, blah, blah because I'm 4 weeks out. It's like, dude.
This is me. I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like, seriously.
You can keep living your life. I understand it is harder, but stop blaming all this shit on prep. Like, you chose this. And for me, relating to you, where you're like, I like it because it's more difficult, it's challenging, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, I've never been that far into prep as of yet, but I had so many people that are like, I know. I had so many people that were like, how are you feeling at like 8 weeks out? And I'm like, I'm just doing my job every day. Yeah. I'm like, I'm just doing it. They're like, oh, usually I've had multiple people say this. Usually people start complaining around this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not going to have like rough days, but like to sit there and complain about something that I chose to do. Anyway.
Yeah. No, listen, I started, well, when Mark would say, how you feeling, my only, and I don't even say complaint, would be sometimes like, well, I'm fucking hungry, but I'm still fucking kicking ass, you know, and I'm saying it with a smile. I'm, how can you not be hungry? That's just being honest, but whatever the fuck, that's like.
That's part of it.
Right, it's part of it.
You know, you're going to be hungry.
Yeah. So I started prep April 2017. So I have been in prep since April 2017.
I mean, you did have some building.
I did, but I still had a meal plan that I stuck to.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it wasn't like it was a free-for-all and I was out there doing whatever the fuck I wanted. Yeah, I was eating 3,400 calories, but it was 3,400 calories written on a meal plan, and that would be something like ground turkey, brown rice, vegetables, and a fat. So it's not like I was out there fucking having cake and ice cream, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't like that. So 3,400 calories in that type of food
Man, you
is
lucky
a
ass
lot.
bitch. But I know that is a lot.
But I also hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't even like to say I missed a lot of holidays or whatever, because I don't look at it like that. To me, holidays are not about food. You can fucking eat whenever the fuck you want. Like, everybody's like, oh my God, Thanksgiving, I just can't wait to have. Do they not sell turkeys all year round? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, I don't understand it. There's nothing on a Thanksgiving table that you can't cook any other time of the year. Like,
and I get that it's like Aunt Susie's special green bean salad.
right.
Fucking.
But if Aunt Susie fucking likes you, she'll make that shit when you can eat it. And if she doesn't, then oh fucking well. Maybe you should have gotten the recipe.
Yeah, get the fucking recipe. If it's that good. So, anyway.
Yeah. So anyway,
we're like,
we digress like by 5,000 years.
Like, y'all are fucking idiots. Anyway.
But thanks for listening.
Yeah. Tune in next week so we can call you fucking idiots again. All right. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes. So peak week was more water than I expected. And if anybody knows me, water can go fuck itself because I can't stand it.
I just want to know, how high was like your highest water day? Like, how high did
2 gallons?
Girl, I drink that. Like, I drink at least 1.5 gallons a day.
Listen, me on a good day, I'm getting 2 of these in on a good day.
Okay, well, apparently I'm the only thirsty bitch on this podcast.
Yeah.
But drink your water.
It's just water. So if it's coffee, I could drink coffee all day by the gallons. I could drink like, bro. I could drink like sparkling water, like the flavored kind, but just water. Ugh.
Just throw in
something
like Mio or the packets.
Yeah, I have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, not for every like. I say you should have a full bottle of regular water, and then maybe the next one you have a flavor in it.
Yeah.
Like, so
FYI,
people aren't relying on it all the time. What?
Yes. Your microphone cuts out here and there. It goes like, and then you're back.
What the fuck?
I just want you to know that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully that's with fucking FaceTime and not with this. I should.
Yeah.
Let's fucking hope and pray. I have the worst fucking computer on the face of the planet.
She does.
And I'm going to be needing to upgrade. Anyway, peak week water. So, it was a lot of water. Maybe that's why you were shitting so goddamn good.
Maybe. And then there were natural supplements, herbal kind of supplements.
Like dandelion?
That I took, possibly.
Look at me knowing shit. I don't know shit about shit.
Yeah. I mean, she knows about shit.
I know about shit.
Yeah. Gosh, my nose keeps running, girl.
Well,
sorry, people.
Okay, dramatic. Fuck.
So that was pretty much my peak week. It was 50 minutes of cardio. I was doing 30. It was bumped up to 50 minutes for the last couple weeks. That is the equivalent of me drinking water. Cardio. Like death. Seriously.
Girl, I've been on an hour of cardio since I backed out of my show. It was an hour and a half, which I expected. I knew everyone's like, oh my God. I'm like, I knew it because I'm a fucking fat ass. And like, I just know I'm going to have to do a lot of cardio.
But it's not really about being a fat ass because you're not. It's just everybody's body processes shit differently.
Well, so, yeah. Like, and I got to try really fucking hard to get lean. Holy fuck.
Right.
This shit's ridiculous.
I mean, for a while, man, my weight was falling off and I was like, holy shit. At one point in July, when I ventured out on my own, I was 135. A few days later, I was 139. Show day, I was 120 on the fucking dot.
Show day, this last show.
This last show, yes.
Not because the show in September, you were what?
125, I think. Yeah. Tell me, Marin. What did I weigh?
What did I weigh? I mean, you were at my hotel or whatever, but
yeah,
I can't remember what you were. There was a lot. There was a lot going on.
Yeah. So peak
week, a lot of selfies.
Yeah, peak week was fantastic. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. So yeah, I feel like I should just throw a peak week in there here and there. You know,
you're like, let's just be shredded.
Yeah. I do still have ab veins. I took another picture this morning. I'm like, oh, God, yes.
Oh,
I'm going to hang on to those bitches as long as I can. I can't believe I still have them, to be honest.
I mean, I am too. It's not because, like, you're going to get, like, fat in a week, but just from eating different foods for a few days. And I know you're now back on track reverse dieting, which is very important, I'd say. Mm-hmm. It's like usually you just get, like, a softer look because you're holding on to a lot more water and shit like that.
Oh, yeah. The day, let's see, what day?
Sunday?
Monday.
Or Monday.
I think Monday I weighed myself. Monday or Tuesday I was 129. So I was up 9 pounds. A lot of fluid.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yes. So.
Yeah, I'm interested to see... you know, because most people, when it comes to peaking for a show, I mean, there's a million different ways to go about peaking somebody, and it just depends on the person and how they respond. But I'm choking on peak week.
Girl.
But for the most part, a lot that plays into peak week is, you know, whether you're carb loading, like backloading, front loading with carbs. And my body now, even just now, being so far out from my show, my body just doesn't thrive on like high carbs. So I'm interested to see how my peaking process is going to be because I mean, I probably will just utilize something like Carbolin, which will be a really easily digested, low volume carb source.
Yeah. And highly likely you'll have a test peak day.
As long as I am, as long as I have the time to do that. You know, if I'm at a point where I'm lean well before the show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, I didn't have enough carbs before the show because
you were
saw
fucking
my post of my quads. Listen, you little motherfuckers. Oh my God. Where the fuck were they on show day?
Dude. I mean, your hips though, or your it's too early to
the hip flexors, that
region. Yeah, it's like the hip flexor, but not because it's part of the quad. But I was trying to look for the exact muscle, but pretty much the front of your hips, where your quads connect to your hips. Anyway, those were popping.
Yeah,
but you've never had like super shredded quads.
No,
but they did come out a couple days later, and you're like, bitch.
Yeah. I was like, bitch, what the fuck?
Bitch. Well, we're going to take a break because I have to pee and get more coffee, and we need to do our little camera thing. Because, you know, Yeah, so go take care of that. Okay. We'll be right back. All right, and we're back.
We're bad.
So peak week, good.
Peak week was good, yes.
Okay, let me just say, here's a little update for me before we move on to some show recap.
Okay.
It's essentially taken my body to recover from Vegas. And it's not because I went crazy. It's just because I like ate out like once a day. And that is hard for my shitty digestion, y'all. And I would still get clean foods. I was still on my plan, like tracking my macros, which is the plan that I chose. I don't want a meal plan. I don't need somebody telling me exactly what I need to eat. I'm a grown-ass woman, and I can figure that shit out. But anyway, I mean, I had some good poops. No, I had like a good poop or two, like Wednesday. And I'm like, this just ain't good enough. So Thursday night, and if y'all are having any troubles getting like a good poo, or if you're feeling like legit constipated, drink 2 peppermint teas. 2. Like the Smooth Move from like Traditional Medicinal or whatever the fuck that brand is. Anyway, I was like, I got some shit, literally, that I need to get out. Okay? So I drank, that's like my go-to. If I'm like not having good poos or if I'm legit constipated, but I just wasn't having good poos. I knew I had some shit to get out. Drank 2 peppermint teas. Oh, girl. I had my first proper shit yesterday.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it was good, man. And look at that. I'm fucking like 3 pounds lighter than I was at the start of the week, where I was just kind of feeling like...
It's amazing what a good shit does for you.
And it's not even that like I had 3 pounds of shit in my body, but it was like, I just felt like my body was like, I was super watery, just like kind of bloated, not like super bloated, but just soft and like, just didn't feel like me, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, taking a good shit can just change everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It can turn that frown upside down.
Oh, I don't know why. I just haven't taken a proper shit today, but, you know, hopefully this coffee will help.
I had a proper shit already this morning. Before I even had coffee. I know.
What the fuck? All right, well, whatever. Okay, so show day. The show. Yes. You know, it was really weird because we're both I mean, for you it makes sense because you're like in it all and busy and rushing from here to there, doing your makeup, doing your hair. But like, we're usually pretty good about taking pictures. And we fucking didn't do shit.
Listen, all my other competitions, I took pictures of myself. Once my suit was on, I took pictures of all that shit. I didn't take a damn thing. I don't know why. Like, honestly, and it didn't even click that I didn't take any until the next day or something. I was like,
I mean, I got video of you, you know, when they were doing like comparisons and stuff like that. The only picture that we got together was you, Lisa, and I at Topgolf.
Yeah.
Like,
what
legit.
The fuck?
Yeah, who the fuck are we? I don't know. Anyway, so that was kind of weird.
It was very weird.
I think... So the good thing about this show is they did a one show format, meaning there's no prejudging in the morning or even the previous day like some shows, and then finals either the next day or later that night. They just did it all at once. So they brought everybody out, did the comparisons.
They went to the back, the next division came out, did their thing, and then while they were waiting back there, the prior division got their awards, kind of like a rotating thing.
They would bring out the top 5, and then they would do the awards. So that is really cool, I think, for the competitors and for the people coming for certain competitors. It's nice because it's like they're not having to come back later, or they're not having to be there all fucking day. And it's like, hey, I'm going around this time, like nothing's set, which is, you know, you never know how quickly or whatever a show is going to go. But that is nice. So that is one thing I would say as the show as a whole, I fucking love a one show format.
I do too, but I also don't.
And
here's why.
Yeah.
Because
I see it both ways.
Yeah. I see it both ways. I liked it, but I didn't. The opportunity to get photos of yourself on stage is minimized drastically. Because only the top 5 get to do their T-walk. The T-walk is when you look like a bad motherfucker up there. Okay? Because you're not distracted by anybody else. The photos are only of you. Those are your stage shots. So,
but even if they had finals later or the next day, they would only have the top 5 do a T-walk.
Right, but you do your T-walk in the morning for prejudging. We always did our T-walk.
Oh, did you?
Yes. So we had photos.
Oh. See, like with the NPC, it's like the morning or prejudging is just the comparisons to everybody else. And because you were doing a pro show, so you had a lot more competitors. But at the finals, like say on most shows, everybody gets their opportunity to have like their little moment doing their T or their I walk, depending on what federation you're competing in.
Right.
But I mean, with it being a pro show, like to me, for you guys just to all come out and do the comparisons without having a moment, that was like normal to me, because that's just what I'm used to. Like with the NPC, watching those shows, the morning, it's not about you, it's about figuring out who's winning. So the night show goes smoothly, and then everybody can have their moment at the night show. So anyway, so that wasn't different for me, but I guess
I was actually pretty bummed, because I paid the same price for my photos, and I have a feeling there probably won't be very many. And there won't be very many of just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you guys are like fucking
sardined up there. Yeah. So
there was a lot.
There was a lot. Yes. Last year for Pro Day, there was 16 in open. This year there was 21. And then in Masters last year there was 5, and this year there was 13. Could you all stop fucking getting older? So, yeah. So it was a lot. There was a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And honestly, like, everybody looked good. There was only a couple people where it was like, you need to put on more muscle before you step on a pro stage.
Right.
And obviously this is a natural federation. Comparing, we're not comparing to different leagues, honestly. But, there's a couple people that, everybody was lean, I think. I don't think anybody was dramatically out of shape.
Correct. Yes. Everybody looked like they should have been up on that stage. However, like they said during commentary, they were like, nobody up there walked out, and everybody was like, that's the fucking winner right there. Everybody had some sort of fault, some sort of fallback, some sort of something about their physique that wasn't up to par. So it was kind of like who had the lesser of more evils, kind of, That's basically what it was. Yeah.
No, I agree. There was a couple people where it was like, oh shit, look at her legs, or fuck, look at that back, But there was other flaws. Like there were some wow moments. And honestly, when I was filming you, like looking at you through the camera, it really didn't do you justice, because I would look up and I'm like, fuck, dude, like you look so good. No, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm like, this is not doing her any justice. Like sometimes cameras do us a favor and sometimes they don't. Yeah. And that was like, granted, I was recording on my iPhone, and it's not like I was like right on the stage where I had really good quality. Like I was a little bit further back than I was last time, and so I had to zoom in quite a bit. But even just like not necessarily the quality of like the definition that you could see. It was like it was like the shape was being affected. Like you looked so much better in person than you did on video. But I mean, you still looked fucking amazing. But
thanks, girl.
You're welcome. But,
yeah. I did get a lot of compliments on my stage presence, because one of the things they said at Team USA is that I didn't look very confident on stage. And I will say, I don't
think you were.
I wasn't really feeling the competition, period. You know, like leading up to the competition, my mind wasn't in it. My body had been an asshole.
Yeah.
And I just was not even really feeling like I wanted to be there, which is shitty. You know what I mean? That's good. Like, you're paying a lot of money to compete, and it was a shitty situation. But I had a new suit on this time, completely different color, red, and
loved it.
My makeup turned out well, my hair looked well, and I just was like, you know what? This could be my very last show that I ever compete in, you know? So I'm just going to go out there and pretend like nobody's out there watching me and fucking do my thing. So
yeah, I will agree. And it's not like you looked like a scared bird at your last show.
Yeah.
But
there's a difference between being nervous and feeling confident. I was not feeling confident.
You were just like, you weren't really in it. And I knew that because obviously we had talked about like you weren't feeling like that confident because your body hadn't been responding as quickly as you would like, but it's like you already committed and you know.
Yeah, and I even considered dropping out because since I won gold at last year's Olympia, I was automatically able to compete in this year's Olympia. I didn't have to compete in a show prior to that, so I really contemplated on not even competing at Team USA. Yeah. You know. But
which
I did. You know, I had sponsors and was obligated to do so, and so I did it.
Which, I mean, I think it's good that you did.
Yeah.
But I definitely, just coming into this show, you were you felt way better about the look that you were bringing.
Yeah.
And,
yep.
You know, regardless, I mean, like I said, the competition there was like everybody that came out, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Damn. And it's like, and that is to be expected. Like you, as somebody watching, I don't hate going to local shows because I really like going, you know, whether it doesn't matter what federation.
Yeah.
But I don't understand when you see those people where it's like, you know, this is just a bucket list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and that's part of why I didn't do my original planned show in October is I didn't want to step on stage just to step on stage. Like I wanted to be somebody worth like competing against, you know, I might not win, but I want it to be like, wow, she looked great or she, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. And no physique is ever going to be perfect.
Right.
But it's like everybody just looked good, but everybody still had a flaw. And I think you just had the confidence coming into this show where you're like, this is the best physique that you've ever brought. Mm-hmm. And long story short, you didn't place in either division top 5.
Right. I don't know where I fell yet, but I will find out. And I also requested judges' feedback. So I will share that when I get it.
Yes. So in Masters, I was really confused that you weren't in the top 5.
So were several other people, yeah.
Yes.
People that were sitting up behind the judges were shocked that I was not in the top 5.
And like I said, this is coming from, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're my best friend or not. Like,
yeah, and by all means, if I look like shit, you tell me I look like shit. You know what I mean? Like, I am a strong enough person where, I know. Like, I could have most definitely. My upper body, I think, was fine. Could have had a little more delt caps, but my legs were still shit. And it's just, that is the hardest part for me to grow. And I really concentrated on them, was working them 3 days a week. But that's where my body holds all of my body fat. And it is such a struggle for me to get rid of it there. But they are the leanest they've ever been.
Yeah, so. I was going to say, this is the best condition that you've ever been in, though you still were obviously holding. It's like, do I think that you should have won either division? No. And
Not even
that's
close.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you should have been, in my opinion, you should have been in the top 5 in Masters. And that was, and there was other divisions, because I was there well before you ended up going on stage. And there was some, here's the thing. Do I think there's politics in bodybuilding? Yes. Yes and no. Like, if there's a physique where if somebody came out and it was like, wow, nobody can fucking take that away from you.
Yeah.
But if it's like, wow, but you have these flaws and I've seen this other person multiple times and they've maybe brought up things that, like, you know, maybe they needed to work on their delts or their leanness and they've, you know, whatever. It's like, there is some, what the fuck am I trying to say? There's some positive. That's not the word I'm looking for. There's something about like doing multiple competitions and being in front of like the same judges because they start recognizing you. And it's not because it's not like, oh, well, I recognize you, so I'm going to give you a place. But it's like, oh, I know that they've brought up their glutes because I saw
exactly. They see your progress, what you've changed, you know. Yeah. And especially if you request judges' feedback and they give it to you and you take that shit to heart. Like last year when I did Team USA and they said you need your glutes. Like that was the only thing that didn't get 100% on there. And I was like, okay, then it's going to happen. Yeah. And then I came into the Olympia with a completely different ass. So, yeah.
but there was other decisions made even before you went on, completely different divisions, guys and girls, other divisions, that I'm like, I get it. And I get this person has been competing in this for a while, or they're like a representative of the federation, or I'm like, this person, it looked way better, you know? So there was some decisions that I'm like, man, that fucking sucks, man. Because I feel like there was some politics that went into some of the decisions. And then there were some decisions where I'm like, I'm so glad they didn't give it to her just because she's part of, you know, she's like a representative of the federation or whatever her status is. I'm like, that was a good decision because she didn't look the best, you know, so she shouldn't.
Well, and it's a lot of like, there are some favorites. There's always favorites, you know, but having listened to the recap of the Olympia the other night, I mean, he was dead on. He was like, there's some girls, and then he listed off names. I mean, I was one of them, but I'm just saying. Where he's like, if they're not in the top 5, people are bringing their game. You know what I mean? Because there are certain people that are always in the top 5. And some of those people did not hit the top 5. And I was standing back there going, what? You know? So, yeah, it was different. It was different.
Well, in the sport, doesn't matter the federation, the sport as a whole is changing a lot. And, I mean, every division is getting bigger and better, literally. So, Yeah, I don't know. The only thing that I was just like, what the fuck, when it came to you specifically, was I definitely think, I'm not going to say, oh, you should have got third in Masters. I definitely think you should have been in the top 5 in Masters. But, what the fuck ever. You still were your best. Yeah. And now we're moving on to bigger, better things, which is you're promoting your own show next year.
Yes. And I can't wait. So my plan is to not compete at all in 2021 and have a true legit...
No, 2020.
I mean 2020. But possibly compete in 2021. Is to have a complete legit reverse diet. Because your reverse diet doesn't really start... I mean, you start reversing, but you don't hit your maintenance calories like right off the bat. So you don't really start your building phase until you're done with your reverse diet. And you should technically have a full year when that time hits before you start prepping again. So
yeah, because a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, I had a year off season, but they competed in October and then they competed October the next year, which only means you really were like 6 months off season or like building season or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, because everybody's reverse diet is different. You don't, okay.
Even then, even if you don't, because some people don't do the reverse diet approach, but they just jump up in their calories, whatever they want to do. But then they have to start dieting for their show 3, 4, 5, 6 months out. So you didn't take a year off of competing because it went from October to October. Yeah. You only took like 6 months or 8 months off from competing because you're having to diet down. But anyway.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, I had been in prep since April 2017. Was in prep and then did 3 shows basically back to back, beginning of September, end of September, and then November. And then did my reverse diet, put on all that fucking weight, which I don't really feel like was a whole lot of muscle except for probably in my back. Because
and your glutes.
Oh yes, and my glutes.
Yeah, you brought them up.
I did, yeah. And then was like right back into cutting again, and it was like when I started cutting in July, I probably should have started cutting well before that because my body was like, bitch, you're eating 3,400 calories and now you want to eat 1,900. Go fuck yourself. I'm not going to do anything about that. Like, it just was...
Your body was not responding.
It wasn't. Like, I
had to cut... And even though it was a drastic drop.
Yeah. I had to cut all the way down to... I think it was 1,500 calories before my weight started actually changing. So 3,400 calories down to 1,500 calories. Like, it was insane. So... Yeah. Had that gone a little bit differently, I think I would have been in a completely different physique for the show. But it is what it is. You cannot guarantee anything when it comes to your physique. Like,
clearly, I can't.
You could eat the same shit every single day and be on a nice, consistent cut, your body weight. And then one day you eat ground turkey again and your entire body's inflamed and you put on 5 pounds. Like, bodies are weird. They just are weird. So you can never anticipate anything.
Well, and that's like me right now is I haven't hit. So when I backed out of my show, I got a little bit more food. So we did like a little reverse and then cut my cardio almost in half. Mm-hmm. And lost weight. I'm like, yay, more food, less cardio, losing weight. Yay. Right. And then I was hitting some lows, throughout those couple weeks. And I haven't hit a prep low weigh-in on the scale for 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's weird.
But I've been kind of maintaining in the same area.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but you're also looking leaner too,
Yeah, so. It's like, so I'm not worried about it, but man, these last couple of weeks, it's been messing with my head a little bit, but then I'm like, just thinking logically and not like emotionally. Because there are times I've been feeling like extra bloated because one day I wasn't able to steam my broccoli before I like put it in my meals. And even though I cook my meals in the microwave, I have to steam my broccoli before I like split it up in my meals. And then they get like extra cooked again when I warm it up. But yeah, that's like, that didn't do well for my body. And I'm like, just not, when you don't feel great. And obviously looking in the mirror, I'm like, I know I'm not like shredded, but I'm like feeling and looking a little bloated. It just like messes with your mind. I'm like, it's fine. The scale doesn't matter. I'm going to feel fine. It's just going to take a couple days for things. And then I went to Vegas and, you know, had some food that I didn't cook myself. And with my sensitive digestion, that's just always risky business. Yeah. But it's like, you just never fucking know what what your body is going to like or not like, or decide it doesn't like anymore, or you know. But
so that brings us back to again. We totally went off on a
God,
tangent.
we suck. Why does anybody listen to us?
Hello, is anybody still out there?
Yeah. They're like, I thought this podcast was gonna bring me some good
knowledge,
information,
like,
but
shit. Yeah, so my show.
Fuck. Oh yeah, fuck.
Yeah, I know, right? Will be August 29th, 2020. It is the INBA Nevada State Natural. And it is amateur only because I have to prove myself as a promoter. And you know that shit's going to happen. So, yes.
Yeah. And I don't want to for sure say anything because it'll kind of depend on what happens for me in March for my show. But I am definitely considering. I'm going to be there either way. And I know I've said this on a previous podcast. But there is a chance that I might compete in your show. Just because, like, how cool would that be?
Oh, my God.
But I don't want to say anything, you know, to the people or to you and be like, yeah, I'll totally fucking do it. And then not.
Yeah.
So, it really just depends. You know, because at the same time, I am a planner, and, you know, I'm like, okay, depending on how things go in March, depending on if I get nationally qualified, do I even want to, because with the NPC, it's a little different. So, you know, depending on how you place gets you qualified for, like, the next step, which is a national show. And though I'm not trying to jump the gun and assume, oh, yeah, I'm going to be the fucking best. But if I do, we're playing hypothetical. I'm like, okay, if things go well in March and I do well, do I even want to step on a national stage within 2020?
Right.
Because me, I might need to grow for a year before I even try and touch a national stage. Because
the national stage is like
everybody's on point.
Whole new ball game.
Everybody's on point. Yeah. So you never know. But I'm like, well, this could be, you know, fun for me to like branch out, see what the INBA Federation is all about, support you, whether I'm competing or not. But then there's a national show the weekend after your show. So I'm like, if things go well and I'm feeling confident to step on a national stage, though it would suck, but maybe I would have a back-to-back show situation.
It doesn't suck, girl, because I've done it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, some people's bodies respond better.
I know what you mean.
But, so I don't know. It's like I'm playing hypotheticals, like I said.
Yeah.
It might be something where I'm wanting to take the NPC route more seriously and be like, you know, by the time your show comes up, I'm going to be in like the middle of my growing season. So I might not compete, but I will be there for sure. Yeah. But I don't know. I've been playing with some things. Like I said, don't want to jump the gun and be like,
right. You just kind of have to see how your first show turns out, you know, and how you feel and how you felt about it. you know. Yeah. There's a lot of factors involved.
Yeah, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited for your show because I just know that it's going to be fucking awesome.
Amazing. Yes.
It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Like she's already on the ball with like getting sponsors for the show. I already have
my first sponsor, Naturally Built. It's the Natty Revolution.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, so, and I have some, a good list of sponsors to approach and
some potentials.
And shit, I got plenty of sponsors for my own stuff. I can't imagine I can't get any good ones for the show. And yeah, so my intent is to have t-shirts for all the athletes, bags for all the athletes, all the goodies, and not
fucking microwaves.
Yes, I will have, most definitely. Where the athletes are hanging out in the athletes' room, there will be a microwave or two. A pull-up bar, which was highly requested. I will have weights there so people don't all have to bring their own. I just have a lot of and if y'all have ever competed before, throw shit into our DM, like what you would like to have at the show as a competitor or even a spectator.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I have some big things planned. I feel like it's probably going to be the most badass motherfucking amateur show to date. So.
Yeah, I think even though it is just an amateur show, I think it'll be, the quality will fucking be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Most
likely it won't just be an amateur show next year, as long as it's something that you want to keep doing, of course.
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna get why it's an amateur only show. I'm a little bummed because I've had about 5 pros that had approached me before and said, "Oh my God, I want to do your show," and I'm like, "Sorry, you can't." But I had a lot of people at the Olympia come up and say, "I want to do your show. I want to do your show," and I'm like, "That's right, come do it." So, yeah. So it's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, so big things for 2020 for both of us.
Yeah.
I'm just, since you reminded me about my life.
Oh, yeah.
So I got confirmation. I had a tentative date on when the show in March would be, because it's typically the second Saturday of March, which is called the NPC Utah Cup. It's typically the second Saturday of March every year, but I got an official, I messaged the promoters, because usually around this time of year, shows are being set, and they're usually up on websites, whether it's NPC or their own website. Yep. And I didn't have anything yet, so I just messaged the promoter, and they said it's March 21st. I had the idea that it was going to be the 14th. But it's the 21st, so giving me an extra week. So as of today, I am 17 weeks out, and your girl ain't wasting no time. I've been in prep since fucking April, trying to get this body ready to step on stage.
She's living the Wendy's prep life, the extended version.
Yeah, but I didn't get no fucking 300 or 3,400
calories. Yeah, I know.
I've been in a good calorie deficit for quite some time.
Yeah.
And high cardio. My body, legit just likes being a thick snack. I'm just saying. It seriously.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's gonna take some time for me to get this fully off. But get it off. If you're just listening, we're just being fucking idiots and being inappropriate with our microphones. It's fine. So, but I'm really excited. I can tell that my body is making changes. Yeah. But I'm I don't know. I'm
it's going to hit one of these days, though. It's going to be
I started prepping for the show, officially 24-ish weeks out from actual show date, and that shit flew.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, fuck, body, you gotta get your shit together.
That's how I was thinking after July.
Well, I'm like, I mean, like I said, I've had this last couple weeks, so like, I had something that kind of made me feel bloated, and then I had some like not steamed broccoli, kind of made me feel lit, and now I'm like I had some good fucking shits yesterday, and I'm like, I'm feeling like I'm not holding on to so much like inflammation and water, and so I'm feeling pretty good right now, but it's like I'd rather push a little harder now and then be extra ready, and then maybe we need to throw in a refeed or two, like but to be honest, I just don't want to have, because how fucking shitty would it be if I did not feel ready again,
That's not gonna happen. It's not.
I don't think so.
My words. And my still diet looking face.
Yeah, you don't have like some people.
No, I don't. I still have my cheeks, but I get deeper lines right here.
Yeah, some people really, but
then I look like a puppet.
But some people get diet face like really, really bad.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yes. By the way, I already took the time off for your show, girl.
Yay! Dude, I'm so excited. I
know.
I'm like. Yeah, no, I don't.
I know, and then I'm like,
it's like this
bitch. I'm gonna go to her show and be like, I'm starting prep tomorrow.
I know. Every time I go to a show, I'm like so fucking motivated.
Oh my god, like, yeah, like I hate that. I say I'm not gonna compete until, if I do again, until 2021. Watch me. I can't. And it's the crazy thing is like, I don't particularly enjoy the competition, like competition day, like show day, that whole scenario. I legitimately love the prep life. Like, I love making changes to my physique, sticking on a plan, and then peak week. Like, and maybe that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna fucking peak week for life. And I'll prance around my house in my fucking competition suit for one day, take a few pictures, and then you start reverse dieting.
Yeah, you're like, let's reverse for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to go into peak week.
Right? Stupid. Truth.
I obviously don't know, because I've never been on stage, but just based off of other sports and competitions that I've done through other sports, I know I'm going to really enjoy at least the stage part of things, which is really kind of unfortunate, like how short-lived that really is.
And that's what I was going to say, and I feel like that's another thing I don't like about the one show format, is you're putting in all this fucking work to be up there for such a short amount of time. You know what I mean? And at least in the morning, you get to go out there and do your thing, then go fucking chill in your hotel room or whatever. Think back, what could I do better? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And process that whole thing, and then you come out in the evening and kill it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not like you're not killing it in the morning, but there's a different vibe every show that you do. So
yeah,
you don't get that when you have the one show format.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm really excited, but also I'm
really excited.
This bitch of a body can't be. Don't fuck with me, man. I need you to cooperate.
It will.
Because I don't want to back out of another show. You know.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll need to. Mm-mm. I just think my body wasn't responding as quickly, because you're like, oh, I got 6 months. Like, that's plenty of time, but your girl thick.
So a lot of shit can happen in 6 months.
Yeah. So, Yep. That'll be 11 months of prep for this one fucking show.
Yep.
Excuse me. All right. Yep. Well, on that note, I need to go eat
Yeah, and our
pre-workout
cameras
meal.
are about gonna be dying here. So
Yeah. So, all in all, the show was fine. You brought your fucking best.
I did.
Regardless of the placing, what the fuck ever. You still, it's like, it's kind of like, cool. Like, obviously, if you would have placed higher or whatever, that can all obviously benefit you or make you feel good or whatever. But it's like, really? When somebody says your name, within this federation especially, everybody knows who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
And they know that you have a killer fucking physique. I'm all about, like, you don't want to train to lose, right? But you're not always going to win. And if you have that mentality, like, you're always going to win, you're a fucking idiot. So I think you brought your best you to date, and now you're going to be focusing on your reverse and building and then putting on a fucking badass show come August. So
fuck yes.
All right. Anything else to add? Because our cameras are about to be like, bye, beach.
I think that's it.
All right.
Sorry, y'all missed us. I know you
So
did.
it's like 2.5 weeks. I don't know. But make sure that you like, subscribe, 5-star rating, please.
Pass it
because
on.
you love us.
Share it.
Tag
Sharing
us.
is caring.
Yeah, we're on iTunes, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio. We're on YouTube, which the fucking video. Y'all, I'm about to go crazy. I need a new computer. If y'all want to give me some money so I can get it. No, I'm just kidding.
Can you sponsor?
Yeah,
can you sponsor a new computer? Let me work on that.
You obviously want to see our faces. No, yeah. Wendy, make us some money, girl, because you good with them sponsorships. Fuck. So yeah, make sure you do all the things to help us get known.
Yes.
Known bigger. Wow, I need to fucking go. I haven't eaten shit. I've just drank coffee.
We're gonna have shirts made Beyond the Blonde podcast that says "Make us known bigger." Right across, the boobies.
I was like, are we making shirts? Like, what the? What?
Damn, girl.
Maybe one day. But yeah, make us known bigger. Y'all have a good one.
That's our tagline.
Make us known bigger. Have a good day. Bye. Okay, seriously, we're leaving. Thanks for listening.